There are so many drills to get rid of that slicey one, that big left to right for right-handers. But here is an incredible drill. It will feel really extreme, but again, it is absolutely guaranteed to help you stop that big overfade. If you really desperately want to hit the draw, I suggest you watch this now. Don't forget, hit that link below to my website to get on the waiting list. Put your email down to get on the waiting list for lessons with myself here at Whittleby Park. Now, 80% of people I see up here tend to curve the ball from left to right for right-handers. They tend to slice the ball at worst, fade the ball at best, slice the ball at worst. 80%, think about that. And it is unbelievably easy to stop. I hear a lot of people say, oh, I'm too old to learn to draw the ball, or I'd love to draw a ball, or I just can't draw a ball at all. This is guaranteed to help you get that ball going the other direction. And it's only going to take 3 or 4 shots for you to get used to that feeling. Yes, it's going to feel extreme, but my word, it's going to give you a massive benefit if you desperately want to stop that left to righter. We've got to understand, why do we curve that ball from left to right? It's because the sweet spot comes from out to in. As it comes into the ball, we're going from outside the ball to inside the ball. We're cutting across it, tilting that ball to the right hand side. So we've got to do the opposite. We've got to make sure our engine is working as it should do, our body, to make sure that club can come more from the inside and not the outside. But how do we do that? I want you to set up. It's going to feel like a very different setup. I want you to put your left foot in front, but your right foot behind, but slightly differently this time. I want you to feel like you're aiming 50 yards to the right. Okay, so you're aiming your feet 50 yards to the right, and you'll notice what happens. Your back is pointing at your target just there. And what I want you to do with that really, really strange setup, make sure your club face is pointing at your target. Okay, so your back is pointing at the target and your club face is pointing at your target. Bear with me, because this feels extreme. It's going to feel really, really strange. But my word, guaranteed that you'll hit that right to left shot. Back pointing to the target, face of the golf club pointing towards the target. And what I want you to do, and the goal of this here, is to feel like we're taking as normal a backswing as we can. Feel like we're just picking that golf club up. But what I want you to try and feel here is your back, as you come into the golf ball, is still facing the target. Because what happens when you're coming from out to in, it's your body, your upper body, really, really instigates that top of that backswing and then throws itself over. And look at where the club is. It's outside the ball. That club has got no other choice but to go from really outside to inside. So we've got to do the opposite of that. So aiming those feet to the right with that right foot back and club face pointing to the target. And the goal here is to try and hit the ball. Don't worry, you might even miss the first few. Don't worry about that. I want you to try and feel like your back is still pointing at your target, but you're allowing your right hand to go on top of your left hand on the way through. So in other words, we're swinging that golf club more with our hands and arms as opposed to our body. That will get you more on the inside path to stop that ball curving over to the right hand side. If anything, this will hook slightly to the left hand side, especially if you've been prone for years and years of hitting that ball from left to right. You are going to see an entirely different ball flight. Now, because of how you've been used to swinging that club out to in and that ball going from left to right, this is going to feel really, really extreme. But only try this on the driving range. Try it, experiment, play like a kid. Just go out there and experiment and see what it's like. If you really, really, really want to make that change, you have to do extreme. You have to go to the extreme like this. So make sure your feet are pointing right, back to the target with the face to the target. And what you'll start to see is that ball curving quite a bit to the left-hand side. This is going to feel like a really different ball flight to you. Hugely different way of swinging the golf club. But my word, if you desperately want to play that draw, that is the drill for you. Back to the target, face to the target, let the hands and the arms swing that golf club, and you'll be amazed by the results.